Everything else goes back, Tori. I am not sending anything else your way, but thank you very much for your comment. I see no trash. I can't see it, sir. I'm not standing up there.
Hey, you want to stand up?
How about this? If you see an empty box.
Nope. Marjorie, we have 15 minutes.
Okay, well, let's just stop.
Kelly, how are you feeling kind of helping with this process now and being able to talk about it more openly?
Box with a bunch of crap.
Well, we put stuff away and...
I don't care, it's full of crap!
Can you believe that transformation? Robin introduces herself as a beautician living in her parents' house since 1988, describing how beautifully it was maintained at the time. Her daughter, Kelly, adds that the house was very neat when she moved in at age 23, underlining the stark contrast to its current state. Just imagine what's next.
House. Started living here in 1988. It was real nice. We had it fixed real nice.
My name is Kelly, and I'm Robin's daughter. When I moved into the house, I was about 23.
It's hard to imagine the emotional impact here. The narrative shifts to the emotional toll of Grandma's death on the family, particularly Robin, and the gradual decline of the home's condition. Festus, Robin's father, recounts the initial efforts to maintain the house, but admits that the situation slowly became unmanageable, highlighting the subtle onset of hoarding. The situation is about to escalate even further.
Death kind of it took a while to sink in, and I realized she wasn't gonna be here to, be around.
It took a long time to get over it. Me and my dad.
The situation is deteriorating quickly. Snuffy, Robin's brother, reveals that the house was reported due to a foul smell noticeable even from the porch. The city's demands for a quick cleanup during harsh weather conditions are met with frustration from the family, who felt overwhelmed and unable to comply. You won't believe what they find next.
I'm Snuffy, and I'm Robin's brother. Someone reported the house for the smell, and honestly, why they waited as long as they did, I don't know. You didn't have to walk into the house to smell it. You could smell it before you were even on the porch. It was that bad.
We didn't think it was anybody's business. We were going to get it clean.
This part is truly shocking. Matt Paxton, an extreme cleaning specialist, arrives with a team, emphasizing the goal of clearing the house to make it habitable again. He describes the overpowering smell of cat feces and the severe hoarding conditions, which have rendered the house almost uninhabitable. The challenges they face are about to get even more intense.
One reason only. We want to clean this house out so you and your family can get back in.
I'm Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist.
She is going to get to go through every single thing. So every box comes by her, she looks in there.
With hoarding, it's about control and respect. She feels like she has no control anywhere else in her life, so this is what she controls.
Thank you for letting us do this. I know this is really hard for you to let us in your home and trust us.
You might find this hard to watch. Dr. Lisa Hale, a psychologist, engages with Robin to assess items for cleaning, but they encounter severe mold and bug infestations. The process reveals the psychological struggle involved in discarding items, even those in deplorable condition, due to emotional attachments. The emotional roller coaster continues in the next segment.
Now this has a bunch of mold.
Can't that be washed?
My name's Dr. Lisa Hale, and I'm a psychologist specializing in anxiety spectrum disorders, including compulsive.
And the mold is not going to wash out well. It's got the bugs that have started.
Well, it can be brushed off.
Well, the problem is they started laying their eggs in the book.
The tension here is palpable. The cleaning efforts uncover more than just trash. They reveal buried memories and the deep-seated issues causing Robin's hoarding. A tense moment arises when Robin insists on retaining items from a severely contaminated bag, illustrating the conflict between emotional value and practical health concerns. Get ready, the reality hits even harder soon.
You can't argue and reason with a brain disorder.
I just told her how I felt.
Okay. But
She was breaking my heart.
Okay.
I told her that before. She didn't listen.
She didn't want me digging in that box. It was real bad.
What happens next is hard to fathom. The team faces major obstacles as they discover structural damages, including cracked walls and unsafe floors, which underscore the extent of neglect and the physical dangers of hoarding. This part of the episode highlights the broader impacts of hoarding on the physical integrity of a home. Watch how the family reacts to the devastating news.
Maybe there's some furniture over here. We're not sure. We obviously need to get a lot of trash out of here first.
Right. A lot of that is just empty
box,
out to the dump.
Not to mention all the cat feces and all that stuff.
Most of it looks like that.
Yeah.
Just
trash. We've got cracks in the walls over there. We've got holes going.
This conclusion is a real eye-opener. In the concluding segment, the specialists discuss the dire state of the house with the family, weighing the costs and practicality of repairs. Despite the bleak assessment, the family expresses a poignant desire to save their home, encapsulating the complex emotional and psychological ties that complicate hoarding cleanup efforts. The aftermath is something you'll have to see to believe.
All the way through the steps, you can look down all the way through the steps to the sunlight. You know, there's rooms back here that I don't think anyone's been in 20 years. I can see it. It looks like a rat's nest, but I'm not even sure what it is. It's so unsafe up here. It's just, it's beyond, it's just unbelievable.
You won't believe the chaos unfolding here. Mary Lynn introduces herself, explaining her age, disability status, and her overwhelming hoarding situation. Her house is a maze of boxes and clutter, making it hard to move around. She describes her bedroom as akin to walking into a minefield, emphasizing the extreme level of hoarding. Buckle up, because her son's take on the mess is just around the corner.
First walk in my door, you immediately see a stack of boxes. No matter where you go in my home, you see boxes. You never know what you're going to be stepping on, what's under something.
This next bit is an eye-opener. Jacob, Mary Lynn's 14-year-old son, paints a vivid picture of his daily struggles in a house overrun by clutter. He dodges obstacles daily, and the simple act of walking through the house is a battle. The situation is so bad, even the oven is stuffed, not with food, but with random stuff. Brace yourself. Jacob's next step is a game changer.
My house is cluttered and you can't really walk anywhere. We can't cook stuff in the oven because we have stuff in the oven. My bedroom has clothes everywhere. I only have half a bed that I sleep on. I trip over a lot of things at the house, and that really frustrates me. I get mad.
Hold the phone. What Jacob does next is absolutely jaw-dropping. Fed up with the living conditions, he takes a drastic step by reporting his mother to CPS for hoarding. This leads to an unexpected visit from CPS, which Mary Lynn initially mistakes for a prank. It's a serious wake-up call that marks a pivotal moment in their lives. The family drama escalates from here, so keep watching.
I thought it was some kind of a prank. Then I realized this was not a joke. They were for real, and this was happening. I don't think my mom would be trying to clean up if CPS wasn't involved. And it's kind of depressing that she wants to do it.
As the plot thickens, emotions run high. Jennifer and Amanda, Mary Lynn's daughters, reminisce about a cleaner, more organized past, a stark contrast to the current state of their mother's house. They share their frustrations and sadness over the transformation of their once meticulous mother. Up next, see how professionals step in to tackle this monumental challenge.
And I'm ready for her to be my mom and a grandmother.
My name is Amanda. I'm 25 years old, and I'm Mary Lynn's youngest daughter. Growing up, my mom was a normal mom. She took care of us. She had a clean house all of the time.
Just when you think you've seen it all, the intervention starts. The family discusses the emotional toll Mary Lynn's hoarding has taken on their relationships, especially how it's affected the grandchildren. Professional organizer Geraldine Thomas and psychologist Dr. Renee Renardi lay out their plans to help Mary Lynn manage her anxiety and declutter her life. Get ready, because things are about to heat up with a family showdown.
When she knows that these possessions in her house are keeping me and her grandchildren away, she's using this stuff to kind of keep herself company and to kind of comfort herself.
The next scene is a real doozy. During a decluttering session, Mary Lynn and her daughter Jennifer clash over what to keep and what to toss. The conversation heats up, revealing the deep-seated frustrations and emotional strain on the family. It's a tense, raw exchange that pushes them toward a potential breakthrough. Watch as they inch closer to a turning point.
I'm to that point.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
You're not listening. You're not hearing.
I'm hearing.
I
don't want to hear you when you scream at me. I've been screamed at, yelled at all my damn life. I don't have to take it from you.
Mom, this consumes your life, and I'm tired of every time I get on the phone with you, this is what it's about. You need help. You've got to get this done. You've got to get that done. You have no help.
You'll need some tissues for these final moments. The episode wraps up with a significant cleanup effort, signaling progress as Mary Lynn starts to let go of her hoarded items. There are emotional reconciliations, and Jacob expresses his relief and happiness about the improvements. The family ends on a hopeful note, looking forward to rebuilding their lives and a safer environment for Jacob. This heartwarming conclusion shows that change is possible, even in the most cluttered circumstances.
And that was to create an atmosphere that was safe for Jacob.
I love it.
Can you feel how much bigger it is in here now?
I love it so much.
Good. Jacob, what are you going to tell Child Protective Services when they come back in? Do you feel comfortable?
I'm staying.
You're staying.
Uh-huh.
I know he is so happy. I can see it, I can feel it.
Strap in for this wild ride of an intro. Shannon kicks things off with a rundown of her life, including the squad of 4 kids she's raising. Each kiddo steps up with a quick hello, laying out the family vibes and Shannon's gig as the head honcho mom. Keep your eyes peeled for what comes next.
I'm Shannon, I'm 39, 4 children.
I'm Matt, I'm 14 years old, and Shannon is my mom.
I'm Brooke, and I'm 13 years old, and my mom is Shannon.
Next is Dakota, and he is 11. And there's Sierra.
Prepare to have your socks knocked off. Shannon lays it all out there, acknowledging how others might view her not-so-great living situation. She admits her home's upkeep has taken a nosedive over the years, setting the stage for even more jaw-dropping family revelations.
I wouldn't want people to judge me and say, you're a disgusting person for the way you live. But as the way I keep my home, yeah, it's not right.
When we first got the house, it was pretty clean and decent, and then over the years, it's just been forgotten.
Things have just gotten out of hand. We've got too many things, too many animals.
You can cut the tension with a knife here. Rhonda, Shannon's youngest sister, dives deep into Shannon's downward spiral and her checkout from household duties. She's seriously worried about Shannon's mental space and her abandonment of home upkeep. Just wait till you hear from Shannon's son. His side of the story is up next.
Shannon has been going slowly downhill in her attempts to clean it up or to care if anything was done around the house. It just seems the last year or two she's just completely given up. And that's what concerned me. She just doesn't care anymore.
I would stay at friends' houses for 2 or 3 days.
This is heavy stuff, folks. Matt, one of Shannon's troops, spills the beans about ditching the chaos at home for the tranquility of friends' places. Battling with his own living space's mess, he feels all alone in the cleanup crusade. Buckle up, because the family's money woes are about to make a grand entrance.
For 15 years, within hours of the paycheck hitting the bank, we've no more money.
My mom, she likes money, and she'll go out and get us something new every time she goes to the store.
Talk about a plot twist. Tim, Shannon's better half, unveils their wallet woes, worsened by Shannon's knack for impulse buys. Brooke, their daughter, echoes this, painting her mom as a bit of a spendthrift hoarder. And just when you think it's all about the bucks, the pet saga takes center stage.
Scout, we've had him since I was born. I remember playing with him as a kid, and he's just my favorite dog.
Big signal there that she was getting way over her head with the animal feces and everything.
Things are getting out of control here. Rhonda points out the dire state of the animal hoarding crisis, highlighting the unhygienic mess of animal waste. Shannon is hit with a reality check, questioning her own choices amidst the chaos. And hold your breath, because the drama's about to get dialed up a notch.
It was surreal, really, that it was actually happening. As much as you think it might happen, to actually see it happen was really hard. So when CPS knocked on that door, it was just a very, very crazy, crazy day.
It was absolutely devastating. I was angry, just can't explain how angry.
Grab your tissues. This one's a tearjerker. As CPS steps in, the family faces the gut-wrenching possibility of the kids being whisked away. The atmosphere is thick with devastation as Shannon and Tim grapple with their emotions. The scene is set for an even more gripping showdown with the authorities.
We came out and saw it like that. This is what was going to happen.
To come in here and tell me, oh, your house is not appropriate for children. They're not their children, they're mine. Right now I'm faced with trying to get the kids to come home.
The pressure is on. Shannon and the cops hash it out over her need to get her priorities straight, focusing on her kids over the clutter. They brainstorm ways to lessen the animal load to pave the way for family reunification. The next decisions are critical. Watch as they unfold.
This is a really typical scenario for what we see for people that hoard animals.
Let's get your priorities straight.
Right,
We got to get
children.
your kids back. Your priority should be your kids.
Right. It's got to be a lot of work for you between kids and animals and expensive.
So you wanted to see the other ones?
Yeah, if you could,
Okay.
I'll let you lead the way. The living conditions in which the animals are in are not ideal.
Every decision here is a doozy. Faced with hard choices, Shannon agrees to the heart-wrenching decision to put down an aging pet, emphasizing the harsh realities of her situation. She's advised to scale back on pets to better concentrate on her children's return. Next up, witness the Herculean cleanup effort.
Today and help facilitate that, okay?
I want to be there. I just don't want him to be alone.
We realize he's getting really old. It's going to be hard to put him down, but he's a good dog, and I just hope he goes peacefully.
So we talked about Rascal, Princess.
Brace yourself for a cleaning frenzy. Matt Paxton and Suzanne Chabad step in to tackle the Herculean task of decluttering Shannon's home. They dissect the psychological underpinnings of hoarding and the structural mess it's left in its wake. The transformation they achieve, absolutely epic.
Fingers crossed. You may notice we've got a bunch of guys here to help you clean out your home. I am Matt Paxton, a hoarding cleanup specialist. We just want to make it very clear, what is our goal today?
Goal is to clean up the house so we can get the kids home.
Okay, plain and simple. We're cleaning out the house. We want the kids back.
Yes.
So we need to go. We're gonna get okayed out here.
Family's reaction is pure gold, like stepping into a brand new abode. They marvel at the cleanliness and the fresh start it represents. Good news about Scout, the family dog, brings a wave of relief and joy, illustrating a light at the end of this tumultuous tunnel. What a journey it's been, inspiring to the core.
We want her to see the immediate benefit of cleaning. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, outside, it's pretty simple. If it's on the ground, it's trash. Let's go. This house, you walk in, you think, oh, this isn't that bad. We can knock this out in a day. This is gonna be pretty easy, especially because most of this house is trash.
Can you believe someone can collect so much stuff? Marjorie introduces herself as a hoarder. She reveals her vast collection acquired from garage sales, estate sales, and thrift stores, including an array of clothes, linens, and housewares. This treasure trove has grown so much, it's taken over her life. Brace yourself, because you ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm Marjorie, and I'm a hoarder. There's an excess of many things. I went to a lot of garage sales, estate sales, and the thrift store. So I've got extra.
You think your house is cluttered? Check this out. Marjorie shares that she and her husband spend most of their time in bed, not because they're lazy, but because the clutter in their home blocks access to basic facilities like the kitchen and washer. Having lived in the same house for over 40 years, they're practically buried in memories. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, it does.
Hoarding thing has been booked. Almost everybody I know has too many books. And I don't hoard animals. I hoard animal stuff. Dog dishes, cat toys. I have furniture that I've bought, meaning to refinish it.
This twist in the tale will make you drop your popcorn. Marjorie reveals that the hoarding spiraled out of control 11 years ago when her husband lost his job. The loss of income almost cost them their home and pushed Marjorie deeper into her hoarding habits, turning her home into a fortress of solitude filled with junk. Hold tight, because the plot thickens.
Our main residence for our entire marriage.
Please, ma'am, may I have some more? I'm Irv. I'm Marjorie's husband. Marjorie and I...
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the living room, enter Corey Chalmers, an extreme cleaner specializing in hoarding and biohazard situations. He tries to help Marjorie sort through mountains of stuff she insists are treasures waiting for their moment. The battle of wills is just heating up. Stick around.
Cheerleader.
My husband and I never had children by choice. It is a choice. We've always shared that love of animals. We both care deeply for animals.
I think that shared love of animals helps keep us together.
Get ready for some mind-boggling stubbornness. Dr. David Tolan, a clinical psychologist specializing in hoarding disorder, steps in to challenge Marjorie's reasons for keeping a broken toaster and other junk. He stresses the importance of decluttering, especially with her upcoming hip surgery. Marjorie isn't having any of it, though. Watch as the tension hits a new high.
Interest in just about everything. I was depressed. I've taken depression medication for many years, even before that, but that was like an additional blow.
I think him losing his job so abruptly.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll want to call a junk removal service. As the cleanup progresses, Marjorie micromanages where every little useless thing should go, showing a masterclass in clutter curation. Her knack for directing traffic in a room full of junk is uncanny. Wait till you see what's next. Her tenacity is something else.
This is an art project. Sorry, please, no debate on that one. You will find 6 or 8 more.
I'm Dr. David Tolan. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I specialize in the treatment of hoarding disorder.
Marjorie.
I'm sorry, no debate on that one, sir.
I'm not looking to debate you, but you're hanging on to trash.
Things get real, and not in a fun, let's redo the living room kind of way. Marjorie is pushed to her limits during the cleanup and shares her feelings of being overwhelmed and underprepared for such a monumental task. It's a raw, emotional roller coaster that makes you wonder how it'll all end. The emotional climax is just ahead, so keep those tissues handy.
Sending anything else your way, but thank you very much for your comment.
Marjorie?
Yes, please.
Do you mean to disrespect me right now? Are you trying to, or
No.
is that just happening naturally?
No, but if you keep challenging me, we won't get done.
Well, but I'm challenging you to think about whether maybe you need less stuff than you currently have.
Just when all seemed lost, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The team manages to clear a space big enough to actually live in, and Marjorie and her husband can't believe their eyes. Their house starts to look like a home again, and it's surprisingly emotional. The final moments are coming up, and they're worth the wait.
You won't set this aside and get that washer out. Just set these things anywhere and stack them back in there. It won't get done, I guess.
I agree, because
And I can live with that. And
that's
honestly, I cannot discuss it anymore. I'm not going to sit here.
And for the grand finale, don't go anywhere yet. The episode wraps up with a hopeful outlook for Marjorie's continued improvement. Dr. Tolan and the crew are cautiously optimistic as they leave a cleaner, less cluttered house behind. It's been a wild ride from start to finish, and what a story it was.
Control you.
I can't do it.
You can't get back to that washing machine in 15 minutes?
Not the way you're doing it. I can't do it.
Dr. Tolan, myself, Irv, and Marjorie's friends, we've tried every trick in the book to break through to her, but nothing is getting through, and I don't think it's going to at this point.